cannot carry any doubt.
And it's for the Anzac Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. He is built for carnage. He is Pat Schisk! With his opponent, he is the reigning and defending Anzac champion, King Makaurau!
Not the first time either of these men have competed in this building, but obviously Michael Richards spent his teenage years competing in this building, and that alone gives him a comfort advantage on top of the champion's advantage. And then we have Pat Schisk, 4 years undefeated. What a matchup, what a matchup. Only one man can walk away with that Anzac Championship. David Dunn, who have you got?
A clash of the Titans here tonight, no doubt about it. Normally, in a close situation, you'd err on the side of the champion. But even in the entrance order that we saw tonight, Michael Richards entering first, traditionally the position of the challenger. We've talked about the mindset of Pat Schisk. We've talked about the 4 years undefeated of Pat Schisk. It is very hard to look past the challenger who is built for carnage and built to be a champion.
You a politician? Boy, you skirted around that answer. But fair enough. This is tough to call. It's too close to call. Honestly.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, Burns. We don't have to call it. We're about to see it unfold in front of our very eyes. Here we go.
That's right, folks. Make yourself comfortable. I hope you got your snacks ready because this is going to be a treat. Grappling to the corner, referee at the count to 5 to get away from the ropes.
And far from a clean break.
You can feel a bit of personal tension between these two. Not a personal rivalry, but certainly a competitive professional rivalry between these two.
And this is a matchup that many fans of New Zealand professional wrestling had circled on their calendar from the moment it was announced. Michael Richards and Pat Schisk meeting for the first time tonight.
Pat Schisk getting the advantage in the first collar elbow tie-up. Michael Richards turning that advantage. Probably a slight strength advantage for Pat Schisk in this contest. Michael Richards able to use just a little bit of speed and use Pat Schisk's momentum against him in their second exchange.
And run through Pat Schisk with the shoulder block. Richards now follows it up, flinging him to the mat with a side headlock takedown. But you're right, Burns, at least on paper, things very close, very narrow margins when it comes to the power game. Look out, shoulders down here.
These two are very evenly matched up in every aspect. Pat Schisk would probably rather be on his feet as often as possible, but he does have a strong amateur background as well. So quite comfortable on the mat, also Pat Schisk. But we know it doesn't suit his offensive style to be horizontal.
And Schisk, perhaps the best pure striker in the Aotearoa Wrestling ranks, lighting Michael Richards up with the chop, and now Richards with a shot to the midsection to try and even the score.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration in their forearm to the back there of Michael Richards too, you can tell. Let me tell you from experience, as a champion, when the challenger starts making statements like that championship is basically mine, you can't help but take that personally. It's like someone coming into your house and going, this lounge is basically mine.
And the championship may have been Schisk's there, earning himself a 1 count. And you talk about someone coming into your lounge, coming into your house, that's essentially what this is for Michael Richards, both in terms of the position as the champion, but quite literally grew up in and around this building. Pat Schisk, meanwhile, winning the Kiwi Rumble last year, but otherwise does not have the same degree of history here in Pakuranga that Michael Richards does.
We saw Pat Schisk there lining up for a short arm clothesline. Michael Richards very quickly countered. Oh, and again with a quick counter with that high drop kick right to the face of Pat Schisk. Pat Schisk shaking it loose now. He's trying to clear the cobwebs. You can see in his eyes.
And Auckland showing their appreciation for Michael Richards and the elevation on that drop kick. Richards swinging wildly with these clotheslines in the corner now. Nowhere for Schisk to go.
Yeah, the referee needs to get in there. There's some distance there.
Oh! That 10th clothesline, as devastating as we have seen. Not often Pat Schisk gets battered like that.
Battered to the ground, no less. In fact, oh my goodness! One more big clothesline for Michael Richards sends Pat Schisk all the way to the floor.
Beautiful technique on that clothesline. I hope everybody in the Matariki Rumble was taking notice.
I hope Pat Schisk is okay to continue, because what a shame it would be if this is how this contest would end.
We've already seen one championship match end in a count out tonight. It's a very real possibility, but Pat Schisk does have a count of 10 with which to work with if he is able to get back in the ring and continue this matchup. Schisk holding at the lower back. May have been a bad landing over the top of the ropes and spilling out to the floor. There's not really a good landing in that situation. And Richards hung up on the rope. I think he was looking for the hangman DDT. Schisk found the counter.
Broke first, and Michael Richards.
And there is a Schisk kick straight to the jaw.
Michael Richards' head just went flying into the 5th row.
Do we have a new champion? No, we don't. Michael Richards gets the shoulder up, still in this matchup, still the Anzac champion, but certainly worse for wear after the Schisk kick.
Yes, you're right. I think, the amount of times we see someone get sent over the top rope and crack their lower back across the edge of the ring on the way to the floor. I mean, he's obviously looking pretty dominant now, but he's just walking just a little gingerly.
And that's nothing to do with his hair colour. Whipped into the turnbuckles now. Schisk doing his best to deliver some trauma to the lower back of Richards and even the playing field in that regard.
Great use of his power and a slight strength advantage in this contest there.
But when we say slight, we mean slight. Look at these two men exchanging shots. And Schisk dropping the knee. Now dropping the leg, following up.
Using his body weight as a weapon here on Michael Richards. And the hometown hero reaching for his face right now on the mat.
Schisk taking a moment to interact with the audience, but now turns his attention back to the champion.
Hey, who's got air points? He does.
Front face lock there from Pat Schisk. Trading right hands, the pair of them. Michael Richards trying to defend himself from whatever is coming next from Pat Schisk.
Oh! Modified release, vertical suplex, flinging Richards across the ring, and now shoulders are down, the legs hooked. But Michael Richards gets the shoulder up.
He was wise to try and break free from that front face lock, and they were unable to, and it cost him. A rear chinlock here applied. Pat Schisk applying all his weight down onto the back of the neck now of Michael Richards.
It's a terrible spot for Michael Richards. Trying to slip out the back of the chin lock. Back to a knee, back to his feet. Richards with a last-ditch burst of adrenaline. Breaks out of the hold. Waist lock. Slams Schisk to the mat with a back suplex.
phenomenal counter from Michael Richards. And let's not skip past the fact that Michael Richards just physically broke free from the chin lock using his hands. Pat Schisk looked like he'd seen a ghost. That has never happened to Pat Schisk before.
We've been discussing the strength of Pat Schisk. We may have underestimated the power of Richards. Both men down now. In essence, the slate is wiped clean. Whoever walks away with a win here is going to be feeling this one for the rest of the week. But that is what the Anzac Championship means to both of these men, Richards and Schisk, exchanging forearms in centre ring. The gold is on the line. Who will be the first to falter?
Neither man able to get up a defence at this point. There's Schisk. 4 strikes in a row from Schisk. He seems to be getting the better of this exchange.
Michael Richards with the lariat.
That commentator's curse there for Pat Schisk.
And Richards isn't done. He's lining up another shot.
He's digging deep.
Clothesline in the corner, nowhere for Schisk to go. He can't avoid a second.
Front face lock of his own now.
Up and over. Beautiful strength on display with that suplex. Legs hooked, shoulders down. Schisk with the kick out.
There's a left shoulder off the mat again. And Schisk wisely creating some distance between himself and Richards now. A magnificent vertical suplex there from Michael Richards.
Oh! Schisk's momentum used against her back body drop.
How many times do you think Pat Schisk has been launched into the air like that in his lifetime?
You'd be able to count him on one hand, if that. Incredibly rare.
Go back. No counter this time from Schisk.
Dropped on his head with the hangman DDT. Schisk kicks out somehow, some way. There was no way to block the shot. He was hung up on the ropes. Richards delivered the DDT, but Schisk gets the shoulder up at a count of 2.
Yeah, surely just instinctual at this point from Schisk to get that shoulder up. He's clutching his head, trying to get a clear thought flowing through his brain. After being driven skull first into the canvas.
Meanwhile, Richards locking in here.
In with a front face lock. What does he have in mind this time?
May have been thinking about the death piercer, and if he was, Pat Schisk wise. Oh! Beautiful belly-to-belly throw from Schisk. Lateral press into the cover. It's a 2 count.
Yeah, as you were saying, David Dunn, if that death piercer hits, game over.
Absolutely. As close to a sure thing as there has been in Aotearoa Wrestling. But then again, Pat Schisk with his undefeated streak of 4 years, as close to a sure thing as there has been in Aotearoa Wrestling in that regard. Now Schisk heading up top. Listen to this.
This feels like frustration from Schisk. Oh my goodness. This isn't going to end well for at least one of these two.
Schisk was the first to take to the top rope. Now Michael Richards up there to meet him. Richards with a drop kick. Clears the top rope, clips the leg of Schisk.
Schisk still draped across that top rope. He is in an incredibly vulnerable position right now.
Michael Richards on wobbly legs up the middle rope.
No.
He's got Schisk latched.
No.
Both men wiped out with that superplex.
Can you imagine the unbearable pain going through the spine of Pat Schisk right now? And Michael Richards probably not in significantly better shape, but Pat Schisk taking the bigger of the fall there, coming from great heights down onto the mat.
And both of these men have barely moved here. Our referee, Conan Wood, up to a count of 8. If he reaches 10, it's over.
Schisk up to his knees. Richards up to his knees. They're both up. They're both up.
Both men on a vertical base. The counter's called off. The match will continue.
Thank goodness.
What more can either of these men do to one another?
This is not the time to let your ego get the better of you. Still a lot of weight being thrown behind every one of those strikes. If one man could just block one of them, really get an advantage. Oh, here we go.
Richards stringing some forearms together. A double open hand chop from Schisk. Back the champion into the corner. Killer King in trouble.
Schisk really starting to feel it now. There's that short arm clothesline.
The double barrel lariats. The first one in the corner. The second one taking Richards down. And wrist control still in play. Schisk has not let go of the short arm clothesline, not allowing Michael Richards any breathing room.
Richards with a clothesline of his own. And again, Schisk ducks. Oh! One more.
That's gotta be it.
Hooks the outside leg.
No! Michael Richards survives the lariat.
Managed to use that right arm to push the weight of Schisk off of his chest and shoulders and break the pinfall. Well, when they're right, they're right.
Auckland amazed by what is unfolding in front of us here. An incredible contest for the Anzac Championship. Schisk, the challenger. Richards, the champion. Who finds himself on the wrong side of a leg drop. Pat Schisk now.
Still in control.
Still in control of an incredibly physical matchup. Dropping all of his body weight down with that Vader bomb from the second rope.
Oh, and again. Oh, what's he got?
Misdirection from Schisk. He's heading up top. Something tells me Richards won't be able to answer with a superplex here. Frog splash from the heavens. Unbelievable. Pat Schisk has emptied the arsenal, and Michael Richards has found a way to get his shoulder off the mat.
I don't know if Schisk has emptied the arsenal. I don't know, David Dunn. I don't know about that. But how much more could Michael Richards possibly have left in his tank right now? Oh, speaking of, it's the bomb track.
Schisk's leg gave out on the bomb track. Richards doubles him over with a shot to the midsection.
Shifted the weight.
Oh God, Death Piercer! Just like that, the momentum swings in favour of the Killer King. What? Schisk with the kick out for the Death Piercer. Nobody's done that.
We have never seen that. We have never have we seen anyone kick out of the Death Piercer. What a move of desperation from Michael Richards. I didn't think he had anything left in him. And now this match could go either way.
What a move, what a match. We are in deep, deep waters now, folks.
When you can, from the bottom of the barrel, when you've got nothing left, pull out something like that. You are always in the fight. I don't know if Schisk made the right call again. He's just been that little bit too eager to get to that top. Oh no! No!
Hangman DDT from the top. Schisk couldn't block it.
He's got to be unconscious now. What a victory!
What a victory, what a matchup, what a physical fight for the Anzac Championship. These men are going to remember this for some time to come. They will be feeling sore in the days